Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Building $1 Million Business. Let's make sure we get everybody on here. What if I told you you can build $1 million business and do it in 12 months? Let's get Insty on here. Can we get Insty? Can we get Insty? Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Insty. Right there, right there, right. Boom, win that thing. We're back. Welcome back, game changers. Welcome back, hustlers. Welcome back, everybody that's trying to do something special with their life, right? You can be that mid-level professional is looking for that next level of opportunity. You can be that go-getter who just you're always creating things. You're welcome. This is your place. You can be that entrepreneur, that small business owner, and you're just looking for that playbook that's going to help you build your $1 million wealth system. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. You're rocking with your boy. Thank you for joining today's episode 40. Man, it's going to be action-packed like every single episode, and I appreciate you guys joining, all right? So let's get into this, baby. Let's kick this thing off. Let's see. Make sure we got everybody. We're going to be streaming. Okay, so today, people always ask me, where are we streaming? Where can I find you? Well, we're going to be on LinkedIn. We're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on Facebook. We're going to be on TikTok. And we're going to be on YouTube. So I'm using all the channels right now because I believe in visibility. And a lot of us, we believe in visibility, but we're scared of visibility, right? Who cares if I'm judged? Oh, well, at the end of the day, it's your life to live, right? And what are we trying to do? We're trying to create a playbook to build a generational wealth system. And I know that's what a lot of us are looking for. We're looking for, man, can you help me get the freedom? Can you help me identify what my version of freedom looks like? Can you help me show me what that playbook looks like so I too can replicate and do exactly something similar? You're in the right place. Listen, family. I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy across social media. What do I do? Well, veteran, spent 6 years in the military, served 2 tours overseas, one during 9/11, right? So shout out to all my veterans out there. But then also I had a very successful career in healthcare tech. Became an executive member of a team that we positioned ourselves, sold the company at the end of 2018. And that transaction, it changed my life. In 2023, I became a full-time entrepreneur. And my journey today is to help like-minded individuals find their wealth system, find that thing that's going to push them to the next level, find that thing that's not only going to excite them, but it's going to change their lives as well as their family's life for years to come. So you're in the right place. Thank you, family. We're in episode 40. Listen, let's do this really quick, just so I can make sure everybody knows that, the forum here. Chat boxes are always open. You can always drop a chat at any time. I try to work through it as I'm working through my talking points, okay? The other thing too, listen, don't be a stranger. Drop your first name, what platform you're streaming from. It's going to be so important when we get to that point, when we start investing real dollars in ad spend. We need to know where our return on investment actually comes from, right? So it's always helpful for me to understand and see the people that's coming in and where you actually finding this channel from. So thank you, family, for joining. I see people already joining in. Again, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as YouTube. We're going to be joining in today. So Pat, talk to me. And that's me. I like to talk to myself. What are we talking about today? What are we talking about today? Well, every single day, we're always talking about how do we build our $1 million wealth system, right? But today's topic happens to be the traffic reality check. This is what happens when you start getting attention on your website, but you're not getting revenue. So we're going to talk about that, how to spot it, what we do to actually solve that so we can build our $1 million playbook. So episode 40. So what does that mean? If this is your first time here, that means there's 39 additional episodes that you may have not seen before, right? So what I did is I created a playlist on my YouTube page. It's called Building $1 Million Business. You want to go there. You want to check out the other 39. Every single episode is only 30 minutes long. Every single episode is guaranteed to do one thing for you. Give you some additional insight to make you 1% better that day so you too can build your $1 million wealth system, okay? So check those out. So we have 2 goals with building this platform, all right? 2 goals. I want to make it simple and very clear. One is to actually show you that you too can build a $1 million wealth channel, right? A wealth system, and you can do it in 12 months. So that's the first goal, to actually generate $1 million in revenue. The second goal is actually build a 50,000 member ecosystem. And that's my newsletter, right? So if you haven't signed up for that, today we're over 6,000. Sign up for the newsletter. That's going to be so important, so valuable to me. And I want to help you understand why it should be valuable to you as well. Because when you establish your own ecosystem, no matter what happens with the algorithms on these channels, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, wherever you frequent, it doesn't matter what happened with the algorithm. You still have your core built-in ecosystem that's rocking with you, right? People that they want to continue to grow with you, people that help grow with you, people that buy with you, people that support you, right? So that's why the ecosystem is so important. As a small business owner, entrepreneur, whatever you're trying to do, you want to create your own network because that network that rocks with you, that's the same network that can help you reach your $1 million as well. So thank you guys for joining. Let me make sure I do a time check really quick. I see Rob Dunn, YouTube. I see my Instagram family coming in. I see my TikTok family there. I see you, TikTok. My LinkedIn family always happens to show up. And then my Facebook family is always my silent supporters. They spend the most amount of time watching my videos, I guess because they feel like they're closer to me or whatever. Episode 40, the traffic reality check. So let me ask you something really quick while working through these talking points, okay? Y'all know I got these fancy cameras and they like track my movement and stuff. So if you see me like getting a big head because it tracks my hands sometime and my head gets like enlarged, say something in the chat box so I can fix it. Because oftentimes I'm not looking at the camera of myself. I'm just looking at my talking points. So let's get into it. So let me ask you something really quick, family. Have you ever had that moment where something in your business, like it looked like progress, real talk, it looked like progress, but deep down, you knew something wasn't quite right? That's you. I see y'all, family. I see y'all coming in. Like on the outside, it looked good. The numbers was going up. More people actually started seeing your work. More attention, starts coming in. You start to see the attention. But when you really look at the actual results, revenue wasn't moving the way that you wanted to. So here it is. You got the attention. Your numbers are going up. More people landing on your website, but the revenue is not there. And that's the moment that happened for me last week. Like I started really, really looking at the numbers. I started looking at the data and I realized something. Like I had 1,700 visitors every single month in my newsletter's website. 1,700 visitors every single month. And we just kicked this thing off January the 11th. So that means already we're getting love. We're getting the signals that, hey, our business is growing. We're getting eyeballs. We're getting all that good stuff. 1,700 visitors is what I had. So think about your business. How many website visitors do you get? I mean, you can let me know if you know that are off the top of your head. But me, I like to study the metrics. I got 1,700 visitors, right? And so when I saw 1,700 people on the landing site every single month, my first thought was, okay, something is definitely working here. Like this is resonating. People are like digging into this. This is what I think. Then I started asking the harder question. And the harder question that a lot of us ask as business owners, we need to know is, if that many people are like coming to my website, why aren't more of them converting? This is, it's a logical question as a business owner. If you get that many eyeballs on your website, why are they not converting? Why aren't more of them joining the newsletter? Why aren't more of them buying, my products? And it really hit me. Like I had to pause, I had to think about it. You know what the answer was? Listen, the traffic wasn't the problem. That's not the problem. The traffic is not the problem. The problem was what happened after they arrived. So they land on the website, they see everything that's going on. I'm getting tons of views, and then they arrive, and then all of a sudden it's crickets. There's no revenue coming in behind all that traffic you get. And the realization that changed my entire business from this point on. It changed everything. So today I want to talk about that particular moment, what I saw, what I learned, and why fixing this one thing might change everything. It might change the game for the rest of my life from this one thing. And while we walk through this, like I want you to think about your own situation here, okay? Like based on, because you might have the same problem and not even realize it yet, right? You're a business owner, mid-level professional, you establish your newsletter, you're doing great things. You get like tons of visibility, but that revenue is not supporting that back end. It's not supporting what that measures are saying. So let me say this really quick before I transition to my next talking point. Chat box is always going to be open, family. Drop your first name, what platform you're streaming from. I'm not going to be a stranger. I would say thank you for joining. I'm going to say that now. Thank you for joining. And here's the other thing too. Invite other like-minded individuals to these talks. I do this every day, noon Central Standard Time. They're only 30 minutes long. Today's is episode 40. So there's 39 additional episodes that you may have not missed. You may have missed before. Check out my YouTube page. I created a playlist called Building a $1 Million Business. You can catch the other 39 right there today. I can't guarantee you over the next 30 days are going to be there, but they're there today. And you guys have already been showing me tons of love. So, I expect nothing less from you. So let's talk about this. The traffic wake-up call for me. All right. This is the traffic wake-up call. Remember, it's open box conversation, so you can drop any questions. But I work with my talking points. When I first started building my online business, I thought, man, traffic was the hard part. Most people do. You think, okay, If I build something, traffic is going to be the thing. It's gonna be the nail in the coffin for me. If I don't get the traffic, I don't get the conversions, I don't get the sales, right? That's what I was thinking when I first kicked this thing off. Everybody online is always talking about traffic. Everybody's talking about traffic, right? How do I get more eyeballs on my website? How do I grow my audience? How do I get more people to notice me? And don't get me wrong. Listen, don't get me wrong. Attention matters. Ooh, attention matters, but that's only one piece of the pie because something interesting happens once you start getting it, right? Once you start getting this, you're going to realize attention alone, it doesn't pay the bills. Mm-mm. Attention alone, you want the eyeballs, you want all those people on the site, but that doesn't pay the bills. So attention only creates opportunity, which is cool. We want the opportunity, but what do you do with that opportunity is what matters, right? Do you guys agree? I mean, what do you do with that opportunity is what matters. So last week, I sat down. You need to set yourself down. And I really started studying the numbers. Okay, 1,700 visitors per month. I kept thinking, 1,700 visitors per month, 1,700 visitors per month, 1,700 visitors. Like, that's a good number. And I kept on thinking, 1,700 visitors a month. What if 5% of those visitors joined the newsletter that actually visit the website? What if they joined the newsletter? What would that look like? 1,700 visitors, 5%, what would that look like? And I started running the math. I picked up my phone. I was like, okay, 1,700 times 5%, that came out 85 new subscribers a month. If you had 1,700 visitors on your website and 5% actually converted to your newsletter or whatever your business is, converted 5%, that's 85 new subscribers per month. That's the math that I was doing. Now imagine doing that and we multiply that times 12 because we know there's 12 months in a year. That's over 1,000 people joining your ecosystem on a yearly basis. Now you and I, we're doing something different. We're trying to build 50,000 members in a short amount of time. We're building $1 million, right? But I'm just showing you where we are now. The first month, 1,700 visitors to the site. If we convert 5%, we can pace easily right at about 100 new subscribers per month, right? So it's anywhere between 1,000 and 1,200 people. These are real people. These are people who trust your work, trust my work. These are people who read your stories, read my stories. These are people who buy the products, right? Buy my products. These are the people who support the mission. And my mission is always supporting your mission to help you get to the next level. So if you're thinking, Pat, what is your mission? My mission is to get you amplified, get you visible, and get you creating your own wealth system as well. So that's why you're here. You're in the right place. But right now, that number is way lower than what it should be. Remember, when we kicked this thing off January the 11th, we're episode 40. That number is way lower than what it should be. And I had to ask myself the tough question. And, hopefully you're doing this too as entrepreneurs, as business owners. Is the problem that the people visiting, right? Like, do I got aliens visiting the site? Is that the problem? No. Or is the problem is what they see when they land on the site? So I have to think about that. Maybe you think about that too. Is it the visitors or is it what they see when they land on your site? Let me take a sip to that one because I want you guys to reflect on that. I see family coming in. Instagram, I see you, family. TikTok, come on, man. You keep showing me love. YouTube, what's up? LinkedIn, let's get it, family. And then Facebook, that truly is the family, right? Those are the people that rock with you the most. So let me ask you something. Have you ever landed on someone's website and then within the first 3 minutes, or excuse me, not even 3 minutes, within the first 3 seconds, you knew that you wasn't going to stay there long? Like you knew this wasn't for you? Like you didn't even read the whole page. First 3 seconds, you're like, nah, this ain't for me. Like something just fell off. Maybe the message wasn't that clear. Maybe the design, it looked rushed. Maybe you couldn't figure out what the person actually wanted you to do when you landed on that website. So guess what you did? You bounced. Like, this ain't for me. I can't find the value in this. So you bounce. And it normally happens in the first 3 seconds. They close the tab and then people move on. It happens in every single business. So when people land on the site, we're thinking, okay, I got visitors, but now what are they getting in the first 3 seconds that make them want to stay, makes them want to browse, make them want to actually look around? Speaking of that, let me pause and say this. My average visitor on my website, if you haven't been there, the Hustling 25/8, you can see the QR code all the way around, scan on that, join the newsletter. My average visitor today, 6 minutes and 15 seconds on my site. 6 minutes and 15 seconds, my average visitor on my site. I don't know if you checked your numbers, but my average visitor is 6 minutes and 15 seconds on my site, right? That's not a brag. It's not flex. That's just reality. That's what it is. It's the truth. So some people don't like the truth, but that's what it is. It's the truth. 6 minutes and 15 seconds. But this has got me thinking. So I started thinking about this week. How many people are, are landing on my site, looking around for a few seconds and just leaving because the message isn't clear enough? This is always about me. How can I get more clear? How can I make my message actually hit the person that I want it to hit? How can I motivate them to do something like today versus tomorrow? And then I realized something important. Sometimes the biggest growth opportunity in your business is not getting more people. I mean, sometimes it's not getting more people. I see you, family. Let me pause really quick. I see all these TikTok families saying, "What's up? What's up, family?" in TikTok. I'm not going to say all the names right here because some of y'all names are very unique, but I see you, family. And then my Instagram family is there. But listen, sometimes the biggest growth opportunity in your business is not getting more people. Sometimes it's serving the people that are already showing up for you, right? And that's the shift that a lot of people never make. Like they stay stuck chasing more traffic instead of fixing what already exists. So let's talk about this. What are you going to do? 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 This is why the landing page matters so much. You probably heard me talk about it a couple episodes before. This is why the landing page matters so much. So once I saw the problem, the next question became simple for me. What's the smartest move to fix this? Not the flashiest move, not the most exciting move, not the move that our friend told us to make. I'm talking about the smartest move. What was the smartest move for us to do? And after thinking about it, like really studying and honestly talking it through with you guys, my community, because you've been rocking with me. Here it is, episode 40, and you've been showing up each and every day. You guys have helped me make that decision. And the answer became crystal clear. The landing page, it needed to happen. I needed a landing page. I needed a makeover. I needed a glow up. I needed polish. I needed directional messaging. I needed people to understand when they land on my site, this is what you do next, right? And so we actually partnered with the designer last week. We made that decision thanks to you. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, like a landing page, that's not exciting. Not for my business. That's not exciting. And you're right, it's not. It's never about it being exciting. Nobody wakes up in the morning excited about building a landing page for their business. But here's what people forget. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be open book. I'm going to tell you what you forget. A landing page is the front door to your business. Like you ever been through a neighborhood and then, you're driving through a neighborhood and then there's one person that had that very unique front door. You can spot it as you're driving around. Like, man, that's an interesting house. Their front door is so unique, right? That's the landing page. Think about that for your business. That's the landing page. So it's the first handshake between you and your prospective buyers. It's the first conversation you're having without actually saying a word. It's the first moment that someone decides if their time is worth paying attention to for a certain period of time. Like that's what it's about. This is what it's about. Every freaking second counts, right? So imagine walking into a store and nobody greets you. You walk into the store, we've had this happen before, and nobody greets you, and nothing is organized in the store, and you can't figure out where anything is. Imagine doing that. You can't figure out where. I see you, family. I appreciate the love on TikTok. Thank you. I see you, Instagram. So imagine you walked into the store, nobody greets you, nothing is organized, you can't figure out where everything is, and you don't even know what the hell the store sells. What do? You leave. That's exactly what happens online every single day. It happens in my business. Maybe it happens in your business. People show up, they look around, and if the message isn't clear, guess what they do? They bounce. Like, I'm out. This ain't for me. They bounce. So the landing page fixes that. And it answers three simple questions. We need every landing page to answer three simple questions. Who is this for? What problems do you solve? And why should I trust you? Your landing page needs to answer those three things. Again, who is this for? What problems do you solve? And why should I trust you? Think about it. Does your landing page do that for you? So let me ask you something. Have you ever visited someone's website and just really thought, I still don't know what this person actually does? Like, think about that. Like, you're like, okay, so what do they actually do? That's a messaging problem. This is the problem that I was reflecting on last week. Yeah, I had all the eyeballs on my site, but they wasn't converting like I needed to do. Remember, family, I'm going to be an open book. I'm going to let you know we're building $1 million business in public. The good, the bad, the ugly. Right now, this is the ugly part. We got traffic, we got eyeballs, and there's something we need to do about it. I got time on the site, 6 minutes, 15 seconds, people on the site, but we need them to convert higher, right? And if the message is not clear, the conversions, they won't happen. So the landing page becomes the filter. This is what we need. We need to filter people into where they need to go. It focuses the messages, it removes the confusion, it guides people towards one simple CTA, call to action, right? So this is what your landing page needs to do. I see you, family. I see you, Libra Queen. I'm a Libra too. So happy birthday in September. Let's get it, family. Maybe yours in October. But I see you, family. BTS, I see you, family. So it focuses the message, it removes the confusion, it guides people towards one simple action, right? And what's the action that I want you guys to do? Well, my action I want you to do is join the newsletter. If you haven't joined the newsletter yet, what the hell are you waiting for, family? We growing this thing to 50,000, so I need you on the inside to help me with the support. Plus, that's why I deliver the most amount of support as well. So join the newsletter. There's plenty of ways to get there. Let me try to land this baby really quick because I got 9 minutes to land this. That one action, it became the gateway into everything else for me. The stories, the products, the community, the mission that I'm creating. Here's the thing. Here's a deeper lesson that I learned this week. You know, every single week for me, I'm always learning something. I follow tons of creators. I follow tons of entrepreneurs. I'm always leaning into what they're doing. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? What's the messaging? How do they retain people? All that good stuff. I'm like, so here's my messaging. And honestly, it's something I wish most entrepreneurs talked about. If I'm being honest, not every smart business decision feels exciting. It really, really doesn't. It doesn't feel exciting at all. Sometimes it actually feels the opposite because it's a business decision and you know at some point it's going to impact you. And some of the best moves are actually pretty boring. Like you make a move and nobody really knows that. Think about it. YouTube, it sounds exciting. At some point, we may want to explore YouTube because it can be another distribution channel for us. Hiring a consultant sounds exciting, right? Because now we can offload some of the redundancy work. Launching big campaigns, it sounds exciting because we can get more visibility on our products, solutions, and services. But sometimes the smartest move is fixing the basics. And the basics, they win more people than people realize. So if you fix the basics now, which is your landing page for your business, we can get clear messaging. We can get the strong foundation that we're looking for. We can get systems that work. And those things, they begin to compound. They begin to compound. Remember, we kicked this thing off January the 11th, no traffic, nobody knew us. And already within a month, we're getting 1,700 visitors to our site. We're getting eyeballs. We're getting the traffic. Now we need to grow up and become a big boy business, right? And I think this is where a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck. They chase what looks impressive instead of what actually works. So let me ask you something really quick. Have you ever watched somebody build a business online and just thought, man, how are they growing so fast? You ever thought about that? You seen a business and it just like blows up. Maybe it's a creator, and then all of a sudden they go boom, boom. They go from here to here. Their business go from here to here. You're like, damn, how did that happen so fast? A lot of times it's very simple. Like their foundation is strong. Their messaging is clear. Their systems on the back end is actually working for them. That's how that happens. And every time someone shows up, the path forward is obvious, it's clear. That's what I'm building right now. Not noise. I'm not building noise because I don't want to put noise in your life. Not hype. It's not trying to hype you up, make you think you're somebody better than what you are. I'm building a real system right here, a real system, something that actually works consistently, something that grows over time. So let me see. I'm time check really quick. Okay, let me say this really quick because I see more and more people coming in. I see LinkedIn. Thank you, family. I'm glad you're here as well. Entity family, thank you. I see you, family. TikTok, man. TikTok is family. Y'all know I've only been using TikTok for like 6 months. You guys have been popping in like crazy, so I appreciate that. And then I got my YouTube family. I see you as well. And then my Facebook family. Listen, this is episode 40. I'm about to land the plane really quick. Close this thing out. If you're first time here, thank you for coming. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back again. Here's my call to action. I got a couple for you really quick. Invite other like-minded individuals like yourself. People who believe freedom is the real value. People who they appreciate a 9 to 5, but they also appreciate that secondary hustle. People that are small business owners, entrepreneurs, and they're looking to create their wealth channel. People that believe in leaving something behind for people, that generational wealth. People that want to have a strong impact, right? But they've never been shown the playbook to get there. This is the place. You're in the right place, family. So thank you. Sign up for the newsletter. Watch the other 39 episodes. If you haven't watched the other 39 episodes, they're on my YouTube page called Building $1 Million Business. Let me land the plane really quick, and then we'll close this thing out. So what's my closing reflections here? So here's the thing right now. Here's where I stand right now. Here's where I stand right now. The decision has been made. Thanks to you. You helped me out last week. We decided we're going to go with a landing page. So I made the decision. We're going to get a landing page, right? So we already contacted. We paid the money, our down payment, right, for the landing page. Everything is all the next steps has already been taken. I see my family coming in. All my next steps has been taken. The designer has been selected. We've had the conversations. We talked through the direction that I want to take the landing page, and the work actually officially kicks off next week, right? So I'm super excited about that. I see you, Latarsha. I see you, Shipley. I see you, Tiff. Thank you, family. Listen, I'm excited about that because once the process begins, now we're moving from thinking to building. And it's so important as we're building out our business. Now we're turning the strategy into something real. And once the landing page actually goes live, everything changes, fam. Everything is going to change. At least it's what I'm hoping for, right? More subscribers, more connections, more opportunities. And that opens so many doors for the next chapter of what we're building here in 2026. Remember, when you're building a business, you're building in phases. Too many times we try to do everything at once. Too many times we're not leaning into what the data is telling us because the data determines and helps us make our next move, right? So based off of what I've been sharing with you guys and the feedback that I've been getting from you, we decided together we're going to go with the landing page, right? So those conversations actually have started. I'm actually going to get deep in the weeds. We're building out that landing page, and I talked to you before. That landing page is a 6 to 8 week process. So we're talking about maybe 2 months out. But if we get an additional 5% of people converting, not only is that more money, but there's more impact. And I don't know about you. For me and my business, I'm all about the impact. How can I impact you? How can I help you get to your next level, building your $1 million playbook? That's what we're here for. Maybe what that's going to unlock for us is we can lean into YouTube. Maybe that's going to help us bring in outside help, right? We talked about a consultant, somebody that's going to help us with the redundancy work that we do as we're building this thing out. Like I'm a solopreneur. I train AI agents and I got things like that. But at some point, I can't keep doing everything myself. So that's going to have to be part of the solution going forward. Maybe that's expanding our ecosystem in ways we haven't even thought about yet, right? More solutions, more ideas begin to come to the forefront. But none of that happens without a strong foundation. Y'all need to understand this, family. Don't just build a business, but you haven't built the foundation. It's going to crumble. The house is going to crumble. And honestly, that's the part that I love most about this journey that I'm on, that we're on together. Because listen, you're not just seeing the wins, you're seeing the decisions. Like I'm sharing everything with you. I'm an open book. You don't know how many conversations I have behind the scenes, how many people slid in my DM and they say, well, have you considered this? Or they say, hey, Pat, I'm building this. And they're offering solutions and suggestions and ideas and all that good stuff. Listen, the moments where I slow down and ask, like I just really slow down and ask, what actually moves the business forward? Like what's moving the business forward? Because building something real, it takes time. It really does take patience, but it also takes focus. And sometimes it's choosing the smart move over the exciting one. We often want to make the exciting move because it's flashy, but sometimes it's the smart move that's going to help us build our $1 million wealth system. So if you've been following this journey, stick with me. More is going to be revealed. More insight is going to come. I am going to continue to help you build your $1 million playbook as well. Next week is week 9. And that's when the landing page officially begins. Like the work officially begins with that. I'm going to bring you along for the whole process. We're going to talk about the good. We're going to talk about the messy. We're going to talk about the wins as well as the lessons, because this isn't just about building a business. This is not for me. Maybe for you. For me, it's not. This is about building something that lasts. And when I say hustling 25/8, it's actually opposite of what we're doing. We're not hustling 25/8, but I want you to help you release that mindset. You don't need to hustle 25/8. It's about strategic movement, strategic alignment, building a foundation that actually works, that takes you out of the hustle. So when I say hustling 25/8, it's a play on words, family. We're trying to get out of the hustle. We're trying to get to the next level. So listen, family, I thank you for rocking with me each and every day. You know, these 30 minutes episodes. Today was episode 40. And in episode 40, we just talked about the traffic reality check. We're getting good traffic, but we're getting great eyeballs, but we're not getting enough conversions. And because of that, we decided to do a landing page. The work starts next week. It's a 6 to 8 week build process, but the goal is to actually convert at least 5% greater, which is going to add more revenue on the back end and it's going to add more supporters on the front end. Family, I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy. Give me a follow. Any one of my channels, I really care. Give me a follow. But the other thing is, come back next week on Monday, noon Central Standard Time. Invite somebody just like you, a like-minded individual who is looking to glow up. We're trying to glow up, and we're doing it in 1 calendar year. Most people don't believe it's possible. I'm here to prove to you that it's absolutely 100% possible. So follow your boy, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't did that, and I'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there, family. Let's get it.